sit down when all should be standing? And why do we back down at the critical moment, like running away from the waves of the ocean? We head for the hills, the high tide approaching.
Guys, we're back again. Got Bryan Zemina with us. He is running for Florida House of Representatives for those folks up in Northeast Hillsborough County. So that's basically Broadway and MLK North, and from USF and 56th Street all the way east out to Polk County.
Yeah.
So
Temple Terrace, Plant City, Seffner, Dover, Thonotosassa, those areas.
Exactly. So he's making himself available to you guys. If you've been looking at the website, you can see Bryan's trying to do these Q&As. In this case, it's a recorded one, but on the other days of the week when he's available, we're doing Zoom. It's called an app called Zoom. It's basically like a Skype where you guys can interact directly with him.
Exactly, a live streaming question and answer.
So we're reaching out. We're real new in the season, the campaign season, but if the opportunity comes up to do a debate, will you debate whoever you're running against for this office?
Absolutely. I think there's no better way to really figure out what candidates represent, what their true values are, what they will abide by when they get into the House, than to actually debate on the issues there in person. See if they know what they're talking about. See if they stand by their principles when put on the spot, instead of a canned speech that comes out.
Good. So you're game. So
absolutely.
As long as it's to give you a little heads up, a couple days. How many days do you think you need for a heads up before having to show up and perform?
Let's go with at least 3 days to make sure I can get off work.
72 hours. 72 hours, man. Yeah.
Gotta confirm it with the boss man.
Oh yeah, gotta keep the boss happy. So he's all in for not only running and representing you guys, but for letting the candidates have a debate. Him debating the candidates and vice versa, or maybe a candidates forum. But in the end, you guys got to make a decision. And if another campaign is hiding from another campaign as far as doing a debate, that doesn't look too good for that particular candidate. So Bryan's in.
Correct.
His box is checked. He's ready to go. So we're just coming off of the presidential election season. What is it now? So it's probably like 6 months ago. No, actually, it's like
8 months.
9 months. Or
almost
whatever.
9, yeah.
Yeah, we're in. So during that season, we didn't say it in this video, but we're libertarians, and we had a candidate, and he was prevented from joining the presidential debate stage, not even being able to be heard. So lawsuits ensued, and the Presidential Debates Commission was, a word that people were common and knew. I'm not aware there's any of these structural problems down here. Are you, as far as...
No, I'm not aware. I believe that's primarily on a federal level, but at the same time, it's really an issue with getting voices out for the voters to actually see. And in a highly contested debate where we had, really a candidate no one liked versus a candidate nobody liked, the candidate that people liked wasn't available to present his ideas and at least get the chance to lose fairly, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't even, didn't get that option. So, and that's really not fair to the voters. It's a little bit different issue than what I'm going to be dealing with here at the state level, but at the same time, it's an important issue because you need to be able to hear the voice of the people that are going to be representing you.
Right. So I think we might be referring to Gary Johnson or Jill Stein.
Exactly.
I know Gary Johnson was on all 50 states' ballots plus the District of Columbia and still got turned down from being on the debate stage. But I think Jill Stein, the Green Party, was like 16 or 18 states.
Yeah, it wasn't every ballot, but it was a good number of them.
Okay, yes. So a line should be drawn someplace, but holy cow, the guy's on all 50 states in D.C.
Right.
So he should get some standing. So in your case, what would be analogous? You're a qualified candidate, so you've set up bank accounts, you've paid filing fees. You're not a write-in candidate, which anybody can do for I think free or $20 or something like that. Which could be the line. Maybe that's the line: write-in candidates versus qualified candidates. And in this case, you're a qualified candidate. So I don't think there's any. Maybe like a university or a media company might be somebody playing gatekeeper, but I really think that the public would shout them down and just demand it to have you up there.
I tend to agree, and I'm open for it. I'm ready to debate. I'm ready to debate any sorts of issues you can put in front of me.
Good. So check us out, bryanzemina.com, bzforliberty.com. Now, I honestly haven't even had time to look at your competitors. I can't even name them, to tell you the truth. I think as a woman from Plant City or something like that, and right. I'm afraid to mess up the other guys' names. But they have primaries to go through. You don't.
Correct.
You're already going to be on the ballot. There's nobody competing against you to knock
Correct.
You out of the slot. I know in Colorado, I just happen to know this fact. A little factoid here. There's a special election in Colorado for a U.S. congressman, and I wish you could remember the district or the names, but a big group called Americans for Prosperity organized a debate to figure out which GOPer in the primary race they should pick. So those guys took the high road. The Americans for Prosperity out of Colorado ended up saying, the Libertarians not in a primary, let's have them on the stage too. The Dems were still dealing with the primary. I wasn't involved in the decision making, but nonetheless, Libertarians and all the GOPers in the primary were on the same stage, answering the same questions from a moderator. I'm thinking we should track these people down. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. And I think there's 2 GOPers running. I think there's 2 Democrats running. Is that right? Or is it just one? I think it's just one.
No, there's just one Democrat in this race. There's one other MPA candidate and 2 GOPers in this one.
So there may be some debates for those GOPers to figure out who to pick.
Correct.
I'm just suggesting you go figure out when that's going to be and introduce yourself to those decision makers so you can get on that stage, because we got to get you in front of the voters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And let them know you're standing up for the challenge. What the hell?
I'm here.
How hard is it to answer questions?
Very hard sometimes, but that's all right. I'm 100% open for the challenge, and I want the challenge. I want to be there on the debate stage and to talk about the issues so the public can see a different perspective between just R or D or red or blue.
So if you're not on our mailing list, get on the mailing list, because we're going to invite you out to this debate when it finally happens. This is good on screen at your leisure, but it's kind of fun to be in a big room full of people of different factions pushing against each other, so to speak, on the stage, and we want you there, and if for some reason there's a problem, they don't let Bryan on the stage, we want you there to protest to get Bryan on the stage. We're gonna shout them down.
Let's worry about that if it comes to it. Right now, let's get on the stage.
Yeah, we're gonna get you on the stage.
Right.
So, guys, spread the word for Bryan Zemina for Florida House of Representatives up there in Northeast Hillsborough County, and jump on our list and email this video to 5 friends. Let's get the word out there. Bryan Zemina is the real deal, professional engineer. He's credentialed. He's running $100 million projects for his day job now. He knows how to manage things. I think he can manage the committee system and the committees and the votes up there at the Florida House and do what's best for you guys. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Your time. Thank you very much for running.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
See you guys.
For I know that I'm not alone. Yes, I know I'm not alone.